book, actually. Julie Scriber liked that photo, and she said, I'm putting that on the cover. Beach House Farm. And this is one of her early drawings, when she was, I don't know, 5 or 6. And she clearly had some talent. And this is a later one, but still a child. And she's clearly interested in, in dress. She's also interested in writing poetry. This is her poem in the white thing. So this is what induced her parents to encourage her artistic interest and so on. To send her to this place. This is Richmond, where her uncle and aunt lived. And Richmond is on the River Thames, and then it was a suburb of London. And this is the college that Grace Helen Mowat went to. It's Halford House School of Fine Art and Music, and the croquet is the game. Croquet is the one game that women were allowed to play. That respectable women were allowed to play, because you didn't sweat when you played croquet. If you sweated, you weren't a lady and you couldn't play. So, anyway, that's Halford House. That's in about 1870, I think. But it changed subsequently. And this is, Dan and I, we went to London, and I went to college and so on. And this is Richmond House. Now the lawn is gone, and now we have a street. Back to Beach Hill, and this is the interim between Halford House and the Cooper Union. And that's now about in the doorway. She was very pretty, I think, very pretty. And this is even a better picture. This is taken in a cottage on the Beach Hill properties. And there is, now reading the book. It's a posed picture, but I think it's very lovely. It's a very lovely composition. Anyway, that was her in her early 20s. Diana also took this picture. She went to New York to the Cooper Union, to the places where Grace Helen Mowat lived. And this is a plaque on the front of the Cooper Union, founded by the inventor, civic leader, philanthropist Peter Cooper. And it's one of his chief claims to fame. It was the venue for Lincoln's nomination speech for the presidency. And that's very much remembered there. And these are 2 drawings that she made at the Cooper Union. And they are very accomplished. And she could quite easily have been a designer. But anyway, took the other path. Oh, sorry. This is Beach Hill Farm, in front of the building, and that's Grace Helen. Serving tea to children. She loved children, actually. And here we are now. The Cottage Craft is functioning. And these are blankets and willow skeins to be drying at the back of the farm. And this is a roll of broadcloth, also drying at the back of the farm. There is something I should have mentioned earlier. The cloth was woven in the country, so it was kind of rough. And I don't think Mary Janet Clift is here this evening, but Mary Janet Clift, many of you know, is a long-time servant of Cottage Craft. And one day, Bill Ross asked her, this was in the shop, if she would pick pieces of lint and little bits of grass out of the broadcloth. And Bill Ross had 2 tweezers in his hand, and he said, I'll show you how to do it. And he bent and he picked pieces out. And Mary Janet turned to him as she would, and she said, I'd sooner pick fly shit out of mustard. And when I saw this in Diana's it's brilliant, isn't it? When I saw this in Diana's notes, I wrote it into the text. I thought, God, I can't leave this out. Diana had left it out, actually. So toward the end of her life, the procedure was I would write a few pages, take them into her, and she would look at them in her bed, but she could still write, and she would say okay, or more often not okay. Sometimes rubbish, go back, you know, like a school report, and when she saw this reference to Mary Janet and her reaction, she said, no, you can't flash it in my book. I mean, and I said, Diana, this is the late 20th century. She was a prairie girl, and it was straightforward. Anyway, I dug my heels in. It's in the book, and okay. Anyway, that was what being dry, and that was made up in skirts and so on. And here is more drying and blankets, and that's Grace Helen Mowat and stains in the background. And again, this is the overall wall just after it's been done. And then it went to the woolen mill in St. Stephen. This is a drawing that Nell had made for one of her crafters. Crafters would come to her and say, what subjects should we portray, express? And her response was always just knit, weave, or whatever, what you see around you in the life of the country, the landscape of the country. And she did this kind of drawing for some of the crafters. And this is what, of course, the products look like. These soft colours, country scenes. All this. She was a country woman. She wasn't a woman of the sea. There's hardly a nautical motif in any of Cottage Craft products. They're always of the land. She just loved the land. And this is a needle point. Another sort of characteristic, another needle point. And these are two very fine needle points. And they were made actually by, I think, a master needlewoman who was Mary Helen Gilman, the aunt of Cathy Gilman, who was sitting at the back there, ready to sell books to whoever might want them at the end of it. But Helen Gilman was a brilliant needlewoman. And those, I think, are lovely. Cottage Craft also made dolls, scarf, knits, and so on. This is a wool collage, and I think this is lovely. Actually, this is of Castle Proddy, and it's a wonderful sort of pastoral scene. That's the wrong one. These are advertising boards painted by Francis Wren, who worked for many years with Grace Helen Mowat. And I think they're brilliant. They're brilliant. You couldn't pass those or see those and not be pleased. Not be enticed into the shop, in fact. And they are lovely. 20s, Cottage Craft was always a huge success. It had a national reputation. And Grace Helen Mowat approached the Canadian government to support the cost of a stall for Cottage Craft products at the British Empire exhibition in London. This was in the 1920s. This is a big exhibition. And Grace Helen Mowat applied late, but she was very persuasive. She had now powerful friends in town, like sleepy executives. Anyway, she got her stall in the British Empire exhibition in London, which meant that Charlotte County produce were being shown to people from all over the world who came to this exhibition. And the women whose exhibits were chosen were absolutely thrilled. They loved Grace Helen Mowat because she had brought sort of colour and incident to their lives. Anyway, that's one of the rooms in the British exhibition. Now, when you see that, you laugh. I mean, many you laugh, but it was. And you think, oh, this is a bit of a joke. I mean, it does look a bit joke-like. But what Grace Helen was doing, she was promoting farm life. That was her